Okay, we're fucking back. Ugh. I'm fucking tired. I hate having like an off schedule kind of day. Up at like 6 a.m. just to shovel off my car and find that it's not gonna start because it's too goddamn cold. But we're back, tricking ghosts and stuff. And I need to rearrange all of my tabs. There we go. So, what happened last time? We have been... We, being the operative term for this guy doesn't know that we exist, maybe. Or he does. Have been betrayed by the special inspector. And everything else kind of wrapped up in a nice bow. Like, finding out that Jowd is just like a little bit too hard on himself for daring to shoot a guy who took a child hostage, even though he didn't actually shoot him. And Camilla is accidentally kidnapped, even though she's not who they needed, but they kind of don't care because it's still you still have a hostage. Although we don't know who Cabanela is working for, they're just somebody. I think the only thing... Like, we don't know who these motherfuckers are. They just are. Oh well. Let's crack at it. Hello, Darby. What's up? You're just in time for me to start the rest of Ghost Trick, where I'm pretty deep into it. 10 years ago, a man named Sissel, Que pasa away. I'm sorry, I don't speak Spanish. I'm a hope that means what's up, dog. I got the one language and I don't speak it very well. 10 years ago, a man named Sissel took a little girl named Lynn hostage, and then was killed by a meteorite fragment. Basically means, what's happening, dude? Alright, I'ma hopefully tuck that in my mind into, like, somewhere where I can maybe use that again in the future. But what's happening? Not much. I had a weird kind of early day that went not so swell. And now I'm playing video games, so it's gonna be better from here. Do not use weight with someone you don't know, though. Okay. So, like, for the homies, or people that just strike me as, like, real chillers. Is that, like... If I use that with somebody I didn't know, is that getting me in trouble, or is it just like, oh, this guy's a little rude? Like, a little too friendly. Kind of like if you meet somebody for the first time at like a job and instead of shaking their hand, you're like dapping them up. Basically rude. Okay. Good to know. But yeah, how's it hanging? Let's see, where we got tonight a man named Sissel met a detective named Lynn at a junkyard on the edge of town and then was killed by a bullet. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. This little GIF is very fun, and I like also showing off the alternative that I have for it. So we have the little GIF guy, and then I have also this bigger version. I think these came out spectacularly. I love my artist. I love the artist that I commissioned for the GIF. They're all down below in my little credits section. I'm gonna miss both of these eventually when my proper model is done. We are working on something, so stick around. I'm making moves, but I'm now standing in the middle of the screen. So let me not do that. There we go. But the scene I find waiting for me on the other end of the phone line feels like the final nail in the coffin of my lost memory. Get my water going. Oh, hey. I see myself. That's my oomph playing peak. Yeah, Edgy, I think am I gonna finish this today? Because, like, I got nothing but time. And I'm, like, fairly deep into this, I'm pretty sure. There you are, Commander Sith, finally. Sissel, where have you been, my good man? We've been looking everywhere for you. Had a little unfinished business to take care of. Didn't think it would take this long. What about your people? They sure went out of their way to mess me up. I say, I believe we fulfilled every one of your conditions in our little deal. What right do you have to complain about anything outside our bargain? We can talk about that when we get together. This will be our last communication by telephone. We'll arrive in 1 hour. I look forward to seeing you, Sissel. Damn, I can't believe I've had a twin brother this whole time giving me a bad name. It's already bad enough that I got people in real life giving me a bad name. You want some funny Trent lore? So, you know, I'm Trent. But I'm named after my grandfather, so, you know, there's Trent Granddaddy and Trent me. But my ma, she married a guy with the same name as me after the fact. Like, my stepfather is Trent, and his son is a junior. It's a very interesting time around the holidays. Dawn is approaching. The darkness surrounding my own mystery is deep, but I know it's always darkest before the dawn. I almost forgot about these dudes. I haven't seen them since the beginning of the game. Yes, we're nearing the final stages of our little deal, my good man. Yes, sir. All preparations are complete. I'm not reading every sir. That's gonna make me lose my mind. It made me feel insane the first time around. And we just had a report, sir. Lights have been spotted. Have they now? By all means, let me have a look. Yes, we're very close. We will now disconnect from the communication cable and have no service until we arrive, sir. Very well. Are dudes in, like, a submarine? Like, he's got his periscope. Oh. Yes, actually, they are in a submarine. I should just play the video game and let things occur. Nice try, Inspector Cabanela. But you could never stop me. See ya, sucker. Interesting. So, that submarine guy and his people have a deal going with me, do they? If that's the case, they probably aren't the ones who killed me, right? Anyway, there's definitely something behind the inspector's death. I think I'd better talk to him. Hey, do you think you could wake up for me? Oh boy, still unconscious. I guess he hasn't been dead for very long then. I'll just go ahead back to 4 minutes before his death. I'm a little nervous about what I might see there, though. But if that's where I'm gonna find my answers, I can't run away from it. Once the criminal gets the punishment he deserves, the hostage will go free. Carry out the execution immediately and wait for our call. That's a good boy. Gee, a hostage sure is a handy thing. It gives me complete control over the top police inspector in the country. Yeah. What's the matter? All those broken bones smart a bit? What's it like to feel pain? Does it make you feel alive? Why are you doing this? Now, is that any kind of a question for a top inspector to ask? Isn't it obvious? Revenge, of course. Revenge on all the people who stole my life away 10 years ago. Don't be ridiculous. It was a meteorite that stole your life, or have you forgotten that? Wrong. Dude, that don't hurt? I was murdered by all of you. Detective Jowd, who chased me down and forced me into a corner even though I was innocent. Lynn, that girl who was right there where I was running. Lynn, she was just an innocent little girl playing in the park. If that brat hadn't been there, I never would have thought of taking a hostage. That's the most self-centered garbage I've ever heard. And finally, you, Inspector Cabanela. Me? If you hadn't done what you did, I never would have pointed a gun at that kid. You were so proud of your spotless record. And my case was the one blot on it, wasn't it? Only two people know the real truth, me and Detective Jowd. I bet tonight's execution will be quite a relief to you, won't it? One of the people who know about the stain on your record will disappear for good. That's why you didn't help him escape from prison. That's the kind of guy you are. I got nothing to say to you. You'd never listen anyway. Alright, problem solved. I don't know why, but I can't take that seriously. Ye gods. Now then, Inspector. Time to make a big red stain on your spotless white coat. This was another condition of my deal. To wipe out everybody who knew about Temsic. Revenge? That's what I'm up to? None of this makes any sense. Hey, man. Mind telling me what's going on? Inspector Cabanela, he's awake. My head is spinning, baby. Am I to understand that Cabanela character who just got shot is me? That's right. And you're supposed to be the scoundrel there who just shot me. I guess so. But you couldn't be, could you? Huh? After all, the guy in the red suit just walked out the door, right? So, who are you? I guess I just have to face it. I'm not that Sissel guy. I'm somebody who's searching for himself. That's why I'm here to save you. At the very least, you have information about that guy in red, information I need. So you came on a rescue mission now, did you? Nothing like the sound of that, baby. Because there's a very important life here somewhere, a life valuable to this nation. Okay, so do your thing, baby. He's taking that in stride. Right, trick time. So are you a manipulator too? I have ghost tricks, powers of the dead, yeah, but I can't control living creatures. Anywho, I think you'd better be very careful. That guy in red is a manipulator. Naturally, he knows about powers like yours. If he realizes you're here, things might get a little sticky. You're right, I'd better be careful. Come on, baby, put those powers to work. Oh yeah, he's got a big old field around him. There's that something emanating from his body. Is it really the sign of having special powers of the dead? Oh, jeez. What have I done? What's going on? Yeah. I've never seen the ghost world like this. So you're here, are you? He sensed my presence. I noticed you. You think you can stop me, do you? I don't know why you're wearing my face, but you might as well give up now. I control everything. Everything, including the life of this police inspector in white. Wait, don't shoot! Damn. This other me knows the powers of the dead well. Who wouldn't notice what you just did? You were practically shouting, "Look at me, baby!" Looks like it might be hard to save you under those circumstances. I guess I can't use my powers right in front of him like that. Okay. So we get shot a little bit. What's getting shot a second time when you're already dead? I didn't see how far this thing moved. I'm assuming if I, like, close this, he's gonna see it. No, okay, that's subtle. That was a real shocker, baby. Didn't he feel that? He grilled his own fist to crispy perfection. It's just not natural, is it? It's kind of hard to move around here. He has the same kind of powers you do, after all. If you do anything too obvious, he'll notice you. Under those circumstances, I don't know if there's a way to save you. Ouch, don't admit that right in front of me, baby. Wow. Look at this place. I mean, now's probably not the time to go gawking. What in the world happened here? Think I'm starting to remember. Something bad happened here. And now, there's another death lying hidden here. What? Another death? Didn't I tell you from the start? Didn't I say there was a very important life valuable to the nation here? I thought you were talking about you. I'm just a crazy character in a white coat, baby. So true, man. Hey, come to think of it, where is that old pigeon guy? He's a Chad, bro. He's alright. I felt real justified in not liking him when I ended last time, because it was like him calling in like, yeah, we're gonna kill the hostage if you don't kill Jowd. I've been tricked twice. Are you awake? Nothing. Maybe? Of course. I never sleep during work hours. Professor, do you recognize me? There's only one crazy character in a white coat that I know of. He hasn't lost his memory. I'm not the type who likes losing things. But never mind that. Campanella, this is quite a surprising guest you've brought with you. Pretending like you didn't just blow up the place. Are you talking about me? Oh, this is a different guy, and I'm his guest, actually. Said he came to rescue us. Unlike you, my sharp friend, he still hasn't gotten his memory back. Pitiful. Ouch, that hurts. Anyway, now we'll be going back to 4 minutes before your death. In order to change your fate, that is. But aren't we already in the past, man? But we can go back even further. I've done it before. I still don't see a path to saving Inspector Campanella, but if we go back further, maybe I'll find a lead. It's like some kind of ghost trick. Yeah. Title drop, everybody go home. Stream's over. Had to mute for a yawn. Jesus. How many times do I have to tell you, Professor? This place is dangerous. Don't be daft. I can't leave now. He's completely dead, but just as I thought, I'm getting a reading. This is the source of his powers. If I remove it... He's not dead, he's just not there. The true form of the manipulator isn't something you can detect, it's a spirit. Ridiculous. Well, I mean... Kinda gotta get with the program, man. So you figured it all out, huh? You're a clever man, Inspector Campanella. So it's really true. Just start blasting. I wasted a lot of time tonight because of you, Inspector. But it's all just like you said. I died 10 years ago. This body is just a vessel. A shell. I control everything. This shell, people. Just like I controlled the Justice Minister and Lynn. So it's true. You were manipulating my baby that time. You made her shoot your shell. But why? Why would you do a thing like that? To create conclusive evidence, you know, on that security tape. Now she's a murderer too. She'll suffer just like Jowd did. Now then, Professor. I'm afraid it's time for you to die. I don't have any grudge against you. I'm even grateful to you. Oh yeah? So why don't you let me live then? I'll be leaving this country forever tonight, but before I do, I need to erase all evidence that these powers of mine exist. Along with the contraption in this room. This time, the thing will work the way it was meant to, and it'll all be over. Cupid won't turn this time. He'll shoot his little arrow this way. Professor, look out. The corpse snuck a bundle of dynamite. Dynamite, eh? When the devil did he put that there? He planned it all out tonight. Having my baby shoot him, having his corpse disappear. His corpse disappeared? That medical examiner, remember him? He was a complete and utter imposter. He said he was going to take the corpse back to the lab, but he'd already made a deal with the manipulator to meet him and give him the body back. But I wasn't gonna let that happen, baby. You saw through their plan? I noticed right away the medical examiner didn't know the first thing about examining a body. I knew he was a fake, so I tracked him down and bought him off. bought him off? I had him smuggle the corpse to this room. I thought we could find the source of his powers. Of course, never in my wildest dreams did I think his abilities were powers of the dead. Anyway, there isn't much time. He's leaving the country before dawn. And I'm gonna follow him, of course, after I save you two. But something's nagging at the back of my mind. I remember what Ray said to me tonight. He said that spirits cease to exist when the day breaks. But if that's true, how could a spirit from 10 years ago still be here? No time for thinking now, baby. Action is the name of the game. Work your magic and take us back even further into the past. Okay, so he's, yeah, still looking around. All right, man, jump in there and stop that explosion, would you? Easy enough for you to say. Foolish of you to say, too. If you stop the explosion, he'll just do me in some other way. Fair enough, then just jump in there and take care of that man in red, would you? I repeat, easy enough for you to say. And most likely impossible to boot. That huge explosion didn't even make him bat an eye. Well, what do you propose then, Professor? Pray tell. Your best bet is to save me during the explosion without him noticing. Easy enough for you to say, sheesh. What's with all these people? Anywho, jump in there and do something. What do we got? Am I just gonna hang out until everything goes kaboom and drop him down here? Yeah, I can't really reach anything else, so we're just gonna let her play. Okay, so not a twin brother. Evidently. But, like, who's Sissel? Like, we're one step forward and two steps back when it comes to, like, who the fuck am I actually? As you perhaps all have already noticed, time is running out, baby. Yeah, no perhaps about it, I know. But you know, there aren't a whole lot of things I can use my ghost tricks on in here. Looks like it's all over. Unless I find another path, I'm sort of at a deadlock here. Sizzle. Hey, I know that voice. Help me. Where are you? I don't know that voice. I need like a tag here. Find me. Before I'm carried away. What's with the frail sounding call for help? He's here somewhere. A friend of yours? Yep, little guy that looks a little fragile but has strength that'd surprise you. Well, he's asking you to find him. And before he's carried away, no less. But I'm almost out of time. Should I look for him? He's here. Sissel. There he is again. Farewell. Sounds like your pal was carried away. Maybe you should have tried to find him somehow. Maybe you should have looked around. Yeah. Okay, we'll go back. I don't know I should be looking for anybody before. I know, no. I mean, if I'm looking for Missile, he was in like a fucking leaf. Floating away in the wind. Or I'm carried away, yeah. This door is such a pity it doesn't open downward. Okay, well, I was banking on this door this whole time. Life can be hard, don't you agree, Professor? Yeah, that's why we're both dead. A door that opens downward. We're gonna die again, aren't we? Oh, okay. I restarted too soon. He's just here. Hi, Missile. Oh, hey, it's Missile! The goat. What are you doing here? Do you really have to ask? Seriously, are you really going there? No, that's okay. Never mind. Anyway, I need your powers. Will you help me out? Of course. Here, let me come join you. You know, suddenly that fuse is moving real slow. Okay, here I am, Sissel. Now maybe things will flow in a new direction. Even though the flow of the sewer is a little bit stinky. Alright, let me not... Okay, I'm not in an important object. Okay, let's stop that explosion. No, we can't do that. Okay, let's take care of that man in red then. No, we can't do that either. We can't do this, we can't do that. What can we do? We let the explosion happen. Then we rescue the old pigeon guy without the man in red noticing. And your powers are the key to all of it, Missile. Oh, I don't know about that, but I'll do my best. We're talking about a matter of seconds. We can't miss our chance. Cool. Okay. Not what I need to do right now. You're in the way, maybe. I don't see anything in here that's like the same shape that Missile can fuck with. those squeaky guys are making a fuss about something. Sissel, my animal instincts are starting to surface. If you mean you want to chase them, I think you have to be alive to do that. There must be some kind of rat feast in that trash can. Those things are usually making a bigger commotion than that. A bigger commotion. Alright. Now that's what I'd call some proper commotion. They're making that trash can dance. Truth be told, I feel like dancing now myself. It's getting harder and harder to hold my wild instincts back. What a dangerous bunch. Is it too late? It's too late. Listen, man, I'm still processing the information of what I'm supposed to be doing here. Okay, send me back. He waited too much. Yeah, it's the longest 1 second of my life. Alright, we got the rats. Come on, guys, hurry up. Knock the can over. Is that too early? Okay, no, it's fine. Cool. We got one bozo saved. Ugh. Sorry, little pigeon. As for you, Inspector. Yeah, no, he's a little roughed up. I have a little job for you. I can't move. I think I have 4 or 5 broken bones. I don't mind. It won't prevent me from manipulating you. It might make it hurt a little bit when I move you, though. Quite a bit, actually. Damn you. All you needed was a phone call. You don't gotta do all that to him. I can't believe it. You lot actually pulled it off. Sorry, Inspector Campanella, I couldn't do anything to help you. And there I am, a poor broken heap of arms and legs. But no matter, I enjoyed the show. The magic disappearing act, that is. Nothing like it, baby. Yeah, except, unlike a normal magic trick, I'm the one that managed to vanish without a trace here. Cool, fate averted. So now, I guess I just have Missile with me? Supremely based. What's the matter? You look like you'd rather be dead, not that you aren't. I was just remembering the fact that right about now, the real me is giving the poor Justice Minister a real fright. Oh, that phone call? Yeah, he was pretty upset. Excuse me, mister? You really shouldn't be mean like that. And what's this lively little creature? Oh, this little doggy is the warrior who keeps Camilla safe. Or he would be if he was actually still full of life. Camilla. Gods in heaven, what a terrible thing. That poor little girl taken hostage. It's a cruel twist of fate, indeed. Wait just a minute. Miss Camilla is a hostage? Yes, we're sorry, little warrior. Miss Camilla, a hostage? What's a hostage? What he doesn't know can't hurt him. Anyway, Inspector Cabanela, it's time to save your life now. But you couldn't get very far when you tried before, am I right? But this time it's different, right, Sissel? That's right, with us working together, it's a whole different situation. We'll save the Inspector in white, and then we'll go rescue Camilla, okay? Okay, let's hurry up and get through this. Gee, kids, you're making me feel like an afterthought. Alright, let's get started. Inspector Cabanela is upstairs, so our first step is to get up there. Sissel, I'll go up first and wait for you. Oh, he makes it look so easy. Okay, Lovey-Dove, we need your help. Carry this measuring device upstairs. It has Mr. Ghost in it, so don't drop it. You've got grit, little pigeon. I better get up there before little pigeon's strength gives out. Missile is waiting for me. I better hurry. There you are, Sissel. Sorry for the wait, Missile. Sissel and Missile. What a name a better pair. You can't. 4 minutes from now, the Inspector will be killed by a gun. You just jump in there and stop him from firing, would you? There you go again with that stuff. Besides, it doesn't make any sense. If you stop him from firing, he'll just kill you some other way. Wait a minute, that sounds familiar. Yep, same situation as mine. Your best bet this time around is to allow him to shoot and then save Cabanela without him noticing. Whew, it's even worse than last time. Anywho, jump in there and do something. Okay, I'm ready to jump in, Sissel. Don't forget, whenever you want to use my powers, just tap V. Let's start with what Missile can do, because he can reach all the way around this place. Okay. This is not looking hugely useful. And, damn, I can't get anywhere from here. What am I trying to do? What are we swapping with what? Did you see that? That bad Sissel turned around. Do you have to call him that? But yeah, maybe this is our chance to try some ghost tricks. It's the only time he takes his eyes off me. If you have something to do, do it now. Alright, time to take the first steps towards saving the Inspector. Don't talk to Missile. What was that? Nothing. Nothing at all. What have I accomplished here? I don't think I have. Yeah, that's the kind of guy you are. I got nothing to say to you. You'd never listen anyway. And we shoot him. And he comes rolling right back. Yikes, I'm a little scared right now. Why didn't he die? Because he's already dead. He died 10 years ago. I knew full well he wouldn't die if I shot him. Then why did you go to the trouble of shooting him at all? Time's almost up. That's enough chit-chat. But now the situation has changed slightly. These last split seconds are our chance. To do what? Alright, special delivery for missile, I guess. These are not the same shape anymore. Sure. Okay. Oh, would you look at that? Right on the hook. I love knit hats. So warm, and most of all, soft. Hey, now that I'm looking at it, that hat is the same shape as the helmet you just knocked down. Ah, I thought so. Awesome. What are we doing there, fellas? Oh man, did I fuck up by putting this arm there? I can't reach the hat for whatever that's supposed to do. This was another condition of my deal, yep. He's gonna shoot, it's too late. It's not too late. The last split second, right? Leave it to me. Okay. Would you look at that? The bullet is hanging mid-air between the gun and the inspector's forehead. I'm here in the bullet. Let's swap this with something else. Great. Something here with the same shape and direction as the bullet. There's no way. Alright, yeah, sure. Fuck it. I don't think he noticed. You know, it's the sunglasses indoors. That's why he didn't see. Looks like you pulled off another magic disappearing act. And now I say again, I love knit hats. So warm and most of all soft. Did I do all right? You did a fine job, little one. You saved another life. And I'll keep doing it too. Over and over. What I saw in just these 4 minutes gave me all the answers I've been looking for. All our research these past 10 years pales in comparison, right, Professor? There's a special fail if you have the hard hat still there. Oh man, does he just eat the fucking hat to the face? Brutal way to die. Hard hat at bullet speeds. That's like that's like turning your head into a red mist. So you two were working together? That's about the size of it, yeah. Who would believe a story about a manipulator? So we pursued it ourselves, just the two of us. I'm quite a crazy character myself, after all. Okay, let's hurry back to our time. We have to rescue Miss Camilla. You're right, Missile. And there's a certain guy I have to follow, too. Also, poor Lynn is just like walking around with a dog's dead body. After completing his revenge on Inspector Cabanella, the man in red left, and now, a new story is about to unfold in a new present. How are you feeling, you old crazy character? Hey there, Prof. We're both alive, I see. Yeah, nothing like it, baby. But I don't know if I'm getting old or what. I've got a few aches and pains here and there. Used to be a little thing like an explosion wouldn't bother me. Yeah, right. Like, I'm gonna believe that. So what, the guy in red's gone? Just in case, I posted special investigation units all around the building. Let's just pray the boys came through for us. Damn it, you picked a bad time not to listen to me, body of mine. Dude, you tanked an explosion to the face. Let's chill the fuck out. Well, it looks like both of their deaths were erased. Unfortunately, in the case of the Inspector in white, I can't call it a complete success. But in any case, these two have the information I need to start tracking the manipulator. I'd better talk to them. Sure, let's see what's good with this guy. Mr. Superintendent, do you mind if I talk to you for a minute? I haven't always been a junkyard superintendent, you know. I used to be part of the police. The police, huh? Not as a detective, but as a medical examiner. I investigated victims' causes of death. 10 years ago, I was asked to autopsy a strange corpse. Hit by a meteorite fragment and died instantly. That's what the police report said. There were no signs of life. He was definitely dead. But I never filed an autopsy report. That's because the corpse suddenly vanished, leaving behind only one clue. An unusual corpse. I bet that's what I've been chasing all night. Could you tell me more? Yeah, sure. I have an interest in you recovering your memory and finding your true identity, too. That's the only way I can describe it, too. It was an unusual corpse. He was dead, all right, no question about that. But there wasn't a scratch on him. Not a scratch, but I thought he was hit by a meteorite fragment. I don't understand it any more than you do. I was completely bewildered, but when I tried to autopsy him, I was even more puzzled. I couldn't perform the autopsy. You couldn't? What do you mean? The scalpel went in, but I couldn't cut. As soon as I tried to make an incision, it would heal up in the very next instant. And that's how it went, and no scarring or blood either. And I never had the chance to solve the mystery. That's because the corpse up and vanished on us. The morgue is well guarded. Nobody could have stolen that body. But there is one way the corpse could have disappeared. What's that? Dude just let himself out. It got up, opened the door, and walked out on its own. What? He was dead, but he wasn't dead. We saw it with our own eyes tonight. Not even that explosion could kill him. And he didn't even feel it when he slammed his fist on that stove. The corpse left behind some data from some testing I did. I got some readings for some kind of radiation coming off that body. Radiation. I used all kinds of instruments, but I couldn't determine exactly what kind of radiation it was. Some undiscovered type from a world unknown. Wait a minute, could it be? That's right, it was coming from that meteorite fragment. I went to that park and tested the spot where the meteorite fell. And just as I expected, I detected radiation coming from that crater. It was the exact same pattern of radiation as that of the corpse. At the time, I thought he was some kind of immortal being. He would die only to come back to life. I wanted to research it all in depth, so I quit my job as a police medical examiner. Several years later, I came to learn the connection between my research and the manipulator case, thanks to the arrival of this crazy character here. Oh, stop now, Professor. Do you want to see me blush? Cabanella's arrival. The plot thickens indeed. Which is crazy, because we're at the final hour. It was about a year ago, I'd say. This man in white came dancing into my research lab here. Quite literally. I heard there was an oddball here who's researching Temsic. Is that you, baby? Who are you to be calling anybody an oddball? I was investigating the manipulator case then. And then I heard there was a man who'd quit the police force to study the meteorite. When I heard that, it was like a meteorite had struck me on the head. At the time, we were just starting to get leads on this manipulator. We didn't know who he was yet, but we knew he was communicating with a certain foreign country. In one of those communications, we heard the manipulator say this: "The source of my power is not of this world." And that's when I put two and two together, baby. The manipulator case and Temsic were somehow connected. Which also explained how 5 years ago he used his powers to manipulate a birthday surprise for a little girl made for her mother. He added that gun to the contraption, most likely by controlling Camilla. Alright. Before I talk to the inspector, I gotta go rock one, so I'm gonna put you on my little nothing screen for a moment. Where is it? There we go.
Alright, we're back.
Now for what the inspector has for us. If I knew things were gonna end up like this, I would have tried to die in that explosion, baby. That way I could have been dancing after Big Red by now. Might be able to erase deaths, but it's true, I can't do much about injuries. But really, you shouldn't talk that way. Yeah, sorry. I suppose you're right, I just hate feeling so helpless. He was right there within my grasp. All our plans were resting on tonight, and then this had to happen. I guess he's thinking about his spotless record. It's not too late, Inspector. We still have a chance. Maybe I can catch him. Say, you're right, that's not a bad idea. I'll cooperate with you fully. Go ahead and fire away with any questions you'd like, Mr. Ghost. Ooh, revenge, manipulator, yeah. That guy mentioned revenge. Revenge against the people who stole his life away 10 years ago. He's a fool. He's the one who made the decision to take that little girl hostage, and he wound up dead. He only has himself to blame. But what about when he said this? I was murdered by all of you. Detective Jowd, who forced me into a corner, Lynn, the girl who was playing in the park, and finally you, Inspector Cabanela. If you hadn't done what you did, I never would have pointed a gun at that kid. This guy sucks, by the way. Not that it really needs to be said, but damn. Yes, 10 years ago on that day, the Special Investigation Unit was working on a certain big case. We hauled in a young man, an important witness to our investigation. And then I did it. I made two very stupid mistakes. Detective, I'll telling ya. I'm telling ya. I don't know anything about it. Fine. You're under no obligation to talk, of course. But if you don't, the Special Investigation Unit can make the rest of your life a living hell. But I'd just been assigned to the Special Investigation Unit, you see. They didn't share much info on big cases with a newbie like me yet, and I wanted to impress them. It was only supposed to be a simple matter of taking his statement. But I was too green. I pushed him too hard, I drove him into a corner and made him lose all hope. That was my first mistake. And then I made another mistake on top of that. Cabanela, got a minute? The chief wants to see you about your report. Got it. I'll be right there. You stay right here and be a good boy now. And that's when I did it. I left it behind in the interrogation room. My gun. Damn! And he has a job after that? How good you. He used my gun to escape. What he said is true. If I hadn't made that mistake, he never would have had a gun to point at Lynn in the first place. We found out about the manipulator's existence during a certain overseas communication. Overseas communication? For national security purposes, this country keeps tabs on the communications networks. This particular communication was about making a deal with a certain foreign country. He said he wanted them to buy him and his powers. That's how we first heard about him. Of course, we didn't know what he looked like at the time, and in order to prove these powers of his, he gave them two predictions. He foresaw two completely preposterous, impossible cases. The case of a man who would sing national secrets during a live rock concert broadcast, and the case of a man who would take the chief commissioner hostage in his own office. Those two inmates at the special prison. We kept tabs on their communications and launched an investigation. And then, finally, we pinpointed where they were going to meet tonight and staked it out. The Chicken Kitchen. that restaurant, the Chicken Kitchen. The manipulator plans on leaving this country tonight, on a submarine that belongs to the other country in this deal. A submarine? You know about the submarine, don't look so surprised. But we haven't been able to find out where it's going to surface. It's terrifying to think that what would happen if his powers were to fall into their hands. Right. Highly unlikely they'd use them for peaceful purposes. And now they have that little girl as a hostage. Camilla. We have to stop him before he leaves the country. This spotless record of yours, is it really that important to you? Of course, baby. In some ways, it's more important to me than my life. Than your life? After all, it's because of my record that I'm able to get my hands on all intel as head of the Special Investigation Unit. And because of my position, I get to direct all aspects of the investigation into the Manipulator case. Ugh. The Manipulator case, that's why you cared about your record so much? Of course, why else, baby? I just never could believe it, man. Jowd shooting Alma? I didn't care that he confessed. There was definitely something more to the story. Some secret. I did everything I could to climb the ladder. Everything in my power. And then I finally found the answer. It took 5 long years, though. The Manipulator. He's going to prove that Jowd is innocent. What incredible determination. There's one thing I just don't understand. If you were so determined to help Detective Jowd, why didn't you help him escape from prison? That's an easy one, baby. Escaping from prison is a crime. Fucking stupid-ass answer. I wasn't about to help him commit a crime after spending 5 years trying to prove him innocent. And he himself asked to be executed, you know. As a man of the law, I had to make sure that execution was stopped legally. And that's why I brought him before the Justice Minister, too. I needed to buy as much time as I possibly could, baby. So that's it? But there's one little unfortunate result of all this. Lynn completely misunderstood your intentions. What's a little misunderstanding? My baby will come around, give it time. But there are more important things to do with our time tonight. So that contraption in the basement here, you built that to try and help Detective Jowd? That's right. Jowd and I worked together back when I was with the Force. I used the reports of his case to try and recreate the device. But there was just one part of it that I couldn't reproduce no matter how hard I tried. Camilla told Jowd it did something it shouldn't have, made an impossible move. I added that part to the device I recreated. I put in a part that would allow Cupid to rotate, otherwise the gun wouldn't fire. So that must mean somebody manipulated Camilla's contraption. As a result, we proved to ourselves that the manipulator actually existed. Oh, hey, Lynn. Welcome to the party. Hey, baby. Sorry about that phone call. I must have sounded like a real villain. I hated to spoil your image of me. Of that cool cat inspector you always looked up to. Is that really the image she had of him? Inspector Cabanela, I'm sorry. I just heard. You were chasing after that man all this time to try and help Detective Jowd. This manipulator is such a dangerous character. I was hoping you didn't have to be in. So that's why you had me arrested tonight, isn't it? Like I always say, if somebody's in the way, throw him in the slammer. Yikes. Yeah, yikes. For real. Tonight, I really thought we finally had him. But my body gave out on me right at the critical moment. It's like a cruel joke. Ha ha ha. Hey there, man. But a joke is a joke. You might as well laugh. Jowd. The minister called off the execution order. And while he was at it, he let Detective Jowd go free until tomorrow morning, too. That's a pretty extreme while he was at it. Alright, the gang's all here. Sorry I took so long to get here. You can leave the rest to me. There you go again, you've always been like that. You make everybody else run around, and then you swoop in at the last second. Jowd. 5 years ago, you left this coat with me just before you turned yourself in. I promised to give it back to you one day. You have his gun waiting for him, too? I've been waiting so long, Detective Jowd. Waiting for this day to come. Thanks for not giving up on me, Lynn. Okay, I'm off then. I don't know if you noticed, but a lot of designs are references to Ace Attorney characters. Absolutely not. I didn't finish the first Ace Attorney. I thought it was cool, and then I just stopped playing it. Kind of like this game, where I thought it was cool, and then I just stopped playing it. I mean, like, this guy's like sort of reminiscent of like the one detective, but I think that's just like dude in a duster. Good luck, my old friend. This present you gave me, it's just what I needed. Thank you. Glad you like it. You know, any references have been probably going completely over my fucking head, man. Sissel, are you there? Yeah, I'm here. You and I have to go find that man. I need your help. Will you do this with me? Sure, but how? We don't know where the submarine is, and the phone line doesn't work. They use communication cables to make their calls. We'll get you hooked up somehow, you'll see. Could you wait here until we do, please? Okay, fine. I'm counting on you. This true self you're looking for. I bet you'll find it soon. Alright, I'm leaving, Inspector Cabanela. It's almost dawn. I'm not who I thought I was. I'm actually further from knowing who I am than ever. But now I don't feel so alone. Each one of us, for his or her own reasons, is looking for the truth. Together, I think we can shed light on these mysteries and drive away the darkness, but it's almost dawn. Chapter 16. 419. Lynn kept her promise about getting me hooked up. About 2 hours before dawn, the phone rang. Dude, you can't be dragging your feet. Hello? This is Jowd. Sissel, are you listening? We need your powers. No time to talk. We'll be waiting for you. Well, you'd better get going. This long night is drawing to an end. Yeah, it looks like it. Thank you for all your help tonight. I'm the one who should be thanking you. Damn right. Dude gets blown to bits and fucking we're thanking him. At the other end of the phone line, I'm finally gonna find all my answers. I'd better go. A single telephone line connects me and the other Sissel. But that single line spreads out... But that single line spreads out like a spiderweb to ensnare the fates of many people. And I just reached the center of the web. Welcome to the Yanoa. Detective Jowd. Oh, he's really in the thick of it. My detective sense must have gotten rusty. I didn't even sense your presence here in the dark. I mean, he's only, like, the biggest motherfucker you've ever seen. That's because I switched the power to my mask off, Detective Jowd. I used your phone. Hope you don't mind. It's him! Where'd he go? Gad, never thought you'd track us here, especially seeing as you're a death row inmate. And I'm equally surprised about your choice of transportation. A submarine? But how did you find us, my man? Not even the police knew where the Yanoa was going to surface, confound it. We detectives have a little saying. If there's something you want to know about a case, ask the criminals. The bullet the man in red was shot with had a radio transmitter in it. What? I have a little something for you. Okay. So, like, sure, radio transmit. Like, this makes sense and all, but what do you mean there's a radio transmitter in the bullet? This is the stupidest shit I've heard in relation to guns since, like, Yakuza. All the guns were secretly loaded with rubber bullets, and, fucking Saejima didn't kill anybody, actually. All rubber bullets. All fake. Radio transmitters. We calculated it. We had plans in our plans. Sure. I'm not gonna sit on this for too long, but shut the fuck up. Cabanela has given me some pretty weird presents in the past, but they always prove useful. This one was a radio receiver made to look like a pocket watch. Yes, Inspector Cabanela. I hear he's an excellent investigator. By the way, where is that man in red? I know he's on this submarine somewhere. Ah, Sissel, you mean? Dude, all that fanfare for him to just be in the chair next to you? You can relax, that's nothing but his shell. His shell? His spirit isn't here right now. Most likely right about now, he's controlling your daughter. Please, I beg you, let my daughter go. If you need a hostage, take me. Just please let her go. Bah! Bah! There's something our nation needs. Sissel has it. That's all we care about, my man. Nothing else matters. However, it would appear Sissel has underestimated us. He's left behind his precious bargaining chip here. Bargaining chip? Our nation has already researched it. This product that Sissel has to offer. The source of his powers. Whoa. What in the world was that? The Temsic fragment. It gives spirits special powers. And now our deal with Sissel is concluded. As far as we're concerned, what are you talking about? Tisk tisk, what a mistake to make, right at the most critical moment. Now then, Detective Jowd. Wait, so is he just dead? Like, did I just watch them kill him? Farewell. What in the world? The whole room just vanished. Detective Jowd, where did he go? think I heard an explosion somewhere. In any case, Lynn and the little lady should be here somewhere. I smell danger. I'd better find them and fast. Huh? So you're here, huh? It's Missile! Yes, I think even I remember who you are by now. What do you suppose that shock was a minute ago? I have no idea, of course. I'm just a little sheltered apartment dog. What with my loss of memory, I can't say I'm much better. Anyway, let's hurry up and go save Miss Lynn and Miss Camilla. Do you think that trusty nose of yours can sniff them out? I'm sorry to say, I don't think it can. Why did I even bother to ask? But you do have the power to swap objects. So let's go find that lady detective and the little lady together. You got it! Yo, Missile, go pick that up. The telephone's ringing. Wow! It's Miss Camilla, I just know it. My trusty nose is practically screaming it at me. I think you'd call that more of a hunch. Anyways, let's get to that phone before it stops ringing. You bet! Hello? Hello, Miss Camilla? Hello? It's no use. This black hello just doesn't like me. Just create a path for me, Missile. I'll come right over. Okay. Interesting. I think I just heard another little explosion in the distance. I've got a bad feeling about this. Sissa, look! That black hello, it came off the hook. Uh-oh, I'd better answer it fast. Alright. Hello? Is anybody there? It's her, the little lady. It's Sissel, where are you? Somebody please answer. I guess she can't hear my voice. You too, huh? Oh, good. I thought she was ignoring me. Somebody help me. Lynn is... She's dead, isn't she? Miss Lynn! We'd better hurry. Let's go, Sissel. Yeah, we're gonna go there. Yep. Again. How many times is that tonight? Like 6? 7? It's no use. Nobody's answering. Edgy, don't do this to me. I didn't mean it like that. I wasn't trying to do that. Oh, Miss Camilla and Miss Lynn. Oh, poor Miss Lynn. Yeah, she can't seem to catch a break. It looks like another tragedy's happened. Sorry to keep you waiting, little lady. Sissy, I knew you'd come. Wait. Does she know Sissel? And Missile. I forget when she met Sissel, because... when she died getting smashed by the rock... Missile's the one who saved her, and we saved the other guy. Right, the suitcase. I forgot about that. She died in there? I thought we just popped it open for her. Oh well. Me forgetting things, you're gonna have to get used to that. And Missile, too. I'm so glad to see you're alright. Well, I wouldn't say I'm alright exactly. She died from the rock. Yeah, she died from the rock, but Missile fixed that. Hey, wait a minute. Missile, your voice. I I think I remember hearing it somewhere before. What? My voice? That's right. Camilla has a core now, so that means she did hear Missel's voice before, when he saved her that time. So that was you, wasn't it, Missel? You're the one who saved me in the park tonight. Thank you. Miss Camilla, I'm so glad I was born your little doggy. Hey, Missel. Could you stay here and watch over your mistress for a while? Huh? But don't you need my powers? I'll see what I can do on my own for a while. After all, you're the only one who can protect her. Okay, I'll do it. Thank you, Missel. I wonder what happened this time. I'd better talk to the little lady a little more, and then I'd better do something about the detective lady. I have a sneaking suspicion that it has something to do with the explosions and all that water. Can I talk to you a minute? Yes, sissy. Could you tell me what happened to you? Oh, right. That's why I could talk to her in the suitcase. She'd already died once. She didn't die in the suitcase. Thank you, Edgy. It's all coming together. I remember how these things work now. What happened after I last saw you at your old house? Oh, let's see. After that, I think I fell asleep. I woke up to the sound of an engine. So she was already in the submarine by then. I thought to myself, I have to escape. The next thing I knew, I found myself in this big room. I was so tired I couldn't move. And then... Hey. Lynn shows up, and here we are. I was so relieved. I don't remember what happened after that. She must have passed out, the poor thing. Getting kidnapped is tiring work. You've been through so much. You're very brave. I think Lynn's probably been through more than me. You've both been brave. Oh, Sissel, you're here! Lynn, what in the world happened here? I don't know. Huh? I just sort of blacked out all of a sudden. Next thing I know, I was dead. Yeah, I guess you wouldn't know in that case. And where's Detective Jout? Is he alright? I don't know. Huh? The room he was in just disappeared all of a sudden. Now it's all making less sense than before. After we left the Super's office, we followed after the man in red. We tracked him with that radio transmitter Inspector Cabanella fired into him with the bullet. The man in red took a boat out to sea from a small harbor on the edge of town. Detective Joud and I managed to secretly stow away on his boat. And then we sneaked onto the submarine with him when it surfaced. Before long, the submarine dove back down again. Detective Joud and I decided to split up. He would take care of the telephone line, and I would look for Camilla. I found Camilla hiding here in the engine room. She'd escaped and run away here. Wow, that's quite an adventure. What happened next? I don't know. Huh? There was a flash of white all of a sudden. Next thing I know, I was dead. Oh boy, it sounds like it'd be quicker to see for myself. Camilla, are you okay? Camilla? Hello, Lynn. Or is it Detective now? It's been 10 years since we last met. Are you really that man from the park 10 years ago? Oh well, I see there's no need to introduce myself. Give Camilla back. She has nothing to do with any of this. I'm afraid I can't do that. This is my last chance. The phone's ringing. It's not for me. Nobody ever calls the dead. The fact that you're here means that my revenge plan has failed. Revenge plan? It didn't happen tonight, did it? His execution? Well, knowing him, I half expected as much. That's why I was waiting here like this, waiting for him to show up. Wouldn't it be just what he wanted, to be executed by his own daughter? I heard about 10 years ago. I feel sorry about what happened to you. But revenge? Nobody could possibly know. What in the world? An explosion? Oh, I've got a bad feeling about this. Have I been had? Like, thoroughly. Look out! And we're dead again. Revenge, huh? That's a feeling I just can't understand. Of course not, you're not him. She's right, I'm not him, am I? He was going to shoot Detective Jowd, as Camilla when he came to rescue her. It's just too horrible. Anyway, let's bring you back to life again. You didn't have to add the again part. No, I absolutely did. Your lack of self-preservation has been a pain in the ass. Oh boy. So let's see, the cause of death this time was that mysterious explosion. You're pretty up for a dead woman. You know how detectives love a good mystery. It's like a shot of vitamins. And what do you mean, for a dead woman? Anyway, I guess we should look for a way to stop that explosion. Alright, let's do this thing. Finding clues is like a dose of minerals to a detective. I'm afraid with my memory loss, I have no idea what vitamins or minerals are. Oh. Well, that's not a good start. Still can't read shit. Gonna click through this. Okay, we can move now. To where? Hey, we somehow managed to knock down the receiver. Somehow managed? Who's to say that's not how I planned it? Come on, hurry. Now's your chance to get on the phone. It might be Detective Jowd. She's right, I'd better check it out. Hello? Anybody there? If anybody's still there, get yourself here on the double. We're about to head out. Speak up. Why don't you answer? Anyway, come if you're coming. We're leaving. So it must be true what they say, that there are restless ghosts on board. That does it. I promise to turn over a new leaf, Mom. Who's he calling restless ghosts? Well, it's true, neither of us really is resting in peace. It looks like the sub just lost one of its crew. I guess that means the fate of this sub has changed slightly. Sissel has underestimated us. He's left behind his precious bargaining chip. Well. So now they kill Sissel. That's the big payoff gag of everyone trying to explain all the shit you do as niche other paranormal stuff. The one guy to realize this shit's fucking loony. Good for him. What's going on there? I saw this little deal go down once before. In just a moment, the man in red is about to get his Temsic fragment taken away. I don't get it. What's happening? They decided to conclude the deal without the other party present. They're just gonna go ahead and steal the Temsic fragment. Huh? But that's cheating! I think we have more important things to think about right now. Where's the tech? I fucking didn't realize it was gonna click away like that. Huh? Nothing's happening. It sure seems like it should do something. Maybe it's just some kind of ornament. It won't budge. Maybe it's broken. Oh well, I guess I don't have to lower it right now. And if I ever had to move it, I could probably get Lynn to do it for me. I probably was supposed to be in that rock, yeah. The objective's been achieved. Now we detach the control room as planned. Yes, sir. Farewell, sir. Sissel, what just happened? The whole room just disappeared with Detective Jowd in it. Don't worry, Lynn. I bet Detective Jowd can take care of himself. The main thing right now is rescuing you and the little lady. I can't believe this is happening. Now then, I'd better hurry along before Sissel discovers what he's lost and comes after me. The Yanoa will be his coffin. May it lie buried here in the deep sea forever. Farewell, Sissel. We had a submarine inside our submarine. Actually, do real submarines have, like, escape pods? Like, what do you do if it... I mean, actually, thinking back on the last time I heard about anything bad happening in a submarine, you don't do anything if anything goes wrong. You get turned into soup. Ah, so that's the cause of that giant explosion. Huh? What is? Don't tell me that's another thing you've forgotten. The torpedo. It's like, well, you've heard of a missile before, haven't you? Yeah, sure. But a different missile comes more readily to mind. Looks like he has plans to sink the submarine with that thing. This is not good. We have to do something before that torpedo's fired. We can't let it launch. But what can we do? Let's just get to the torpedo as fast as we can. Maybe we can find a way to stop it somehow. Somehow. A true detective never gives up. Well, we certainly just can't just ignore it. Okay, well, it's moving. So... Okay, well, that wasn't the answer. Ah, fuck. There's no time. It's gonna launch. It's no use. There's nothing we can do from here. Oh boy, we're dead. They fucking RIP me. There goes the missile. Now there's really nothing we can do. If only our missile was here right now. I bet he'd try to take it head on for us. Yeah, I bet he would. Looks like we better rethink this whole thing. Alright, well, let's just watch us die, I guess. Longest 3 seconds of my life. Alright, let's try that again. Well, at least now we know the cause of the explosion for sure. I can't believe he sank his own submarine. What a waste. Okay, but more importantly, we need to get to that torpedo. I better find a path to it somehow. Guess I better rewind the clock. Yep. A little bit closer. Thank you. Now I'm in the magic rock. Oh, dude, stop rubbing your fucking schnoz on me like that. So it's like Big Blue and Ugly just dying there? I'm not in the rock, am I? I'm in the fucking... the container for the rock. Now we have to be explained what a torpedo is. That's fine. Okay. Oh. Alright, we've made it into the torpedo. There's no time, it's gonna launch. Yeah, that is a good question. How are we supposed to stop this thing? Even if the torpedo does launch, we just have to stop it from detonating, right? There's still something we can do. I hope. Why was the "I hope" at the end of the strongest part of that sentence? Okay, here goes. Whee! Bruh. I came along for the ride without giving it too much thought. But was this really the best move? I think so. We just have to keep it from going off, right? I'm sure this poor little rat will thank us too. How in the world did it get in here? Do you know how a torpedo works? No, I can't say I do. Wow, detectives sure know a lot. I saw it explained once in a book. On impact, the fuse in the tip is depressed. That in turn sets off the detonator. The detonator, huh? That must be that red button. So how do we stop it? They didn't explain anything about that in the book. Wow, detectives sure know a lot. Or not. I think these outside parts are supposed to be weights of some sort. The spinning black things, right? Apparently, the spinning helps the torpedo maintain its balance. They must be pretty heavy. I wonder if we can use these weights to our advantage somehow. Interesting. I'll just stop both of them. This looks like just the thing. If we clamp this thing on the fuse, it should keep it from moving. So what does that mean exactly? It means we might be able to stop the torpedo from exploding with this. I have to admit, I don't understand all the details, but I do want to give it a try. But before we can do that, it looks like we have to get something out of the way first, huh? Alright. Rat moved. Great, we've dumped the little creature off. Wow, those weights were heavy enough to turn the whole torpedo over. Now for that safety device. Right. There, we clamped the safety device on. We did it! That should keep this torpedo from exploding. But there's just one problem. Problem? What's that? The torpedo is still going to impact. We can't do anything about that. Uh-oh. I mean, bad, but less bad than the exploding part. What was that noise? We lived. Looks like the torpedo still hit the submarine. But it looks like the submarine is still okay. This changes everybody's fate, including the little rats. I think the rat's fucked. that rat's gonna die in that torpedo. Sizzle, we did it. What's the matter? You still look unhappy. We stopped the torpedo from blowing up, but we still opened up a gaping hole in the submarine. You're right, I guess. I guess that's just what missiles do. They're unstoppable. Huh? Am I hearing things? Anyway, I guess we better go back to the present as quickly as we can. Right, I'm worried about Camilla. We managed to stop death for now, but it hasn't disappeared altogether. It's now slowly but surely filling the room. Uh-oh. Water is seeping in through the hole where the torpedo hit. I've got to get them out of here. I'd better go meet up with Lynn. The lights went out, but this machine apparently still works. Unfortunately, I guess it won't run for very long. But maybe I can use its movement to help me create a path. I'd better hurry over to Lynn. It's not safe to stay here, and I just don't have the power to stop that water from coming in. Cool. She's awake. Camilla, you're awake. How do you feel? I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry I pointed that gun at you. Don't worry about that. That wasn't you. Miss Camilla. Oh, Missile, you're here. Oh, poor Miss Camilla. Miss Lynn, what should we do? We have to get out of here before any more water comes in. Sister should be along any second. I knew Sissy would come. And Missy is here too. I'm so happy everybody's gonna be with me now. Everybody's here to die at the bottom of the ocean. Camilla. Miss Camilla! I'll get you out of here. If it's the last thing I do. Oh, I think I'm gonna cry. Or whimper, as the case may be. I'd better send a signal to Lynn that I'm here. Before it's too late. I'm in a flashlight, right? I can just... Oh, look at that flashlight. It's Sissel, he's here. Up you go. What's Missile kicking it around in, anyways? I'm glad you're here, Sissel. Sorry for the wait. It looks like this room's gonna fill up with water fast. We'd better get out that door as quickly as we can. We won't be getting out that door, I'm afraid. The water pressure is too great already. I can't open it. What? What does water pressure mean? Think of it as the force of the water holding the door closed. The water level keeps getting higher and higher in here. So the only way out of here is up, huh? Exactly. Okay, got it. Let's look for a path that goes up. Hey, look at that ladder. I wonder if we can get it down somehow. Good idea. Let's try it. Okay. Oh, and by the way. Yeah? I can't swim. Neither can Camilla. Don't you have any good news for me? Let me think about it. In the meantime, could you hurry, please? There's a door here, too. But it's stuck or something. I can't open it. I'll leave it to your superhuman strength, Detective. Drink all the water with my roots. You can't do that. We're probably in the ocean. Salt water's not good. Like, a little bit of sodium is fine. But like, you know, you've heard of salting the earth? Yeah. I will not be drinking the salt water with my roots. This is not maintaining 3 points of contact at all time. That is not a safe way to climb a ladder. What was that? It looks like water seeping in isn't the only thing we have to worry about. Huh? Sissel, the flashlight doesn't work anymore. Hey, don't get mad at me. Maybe the contacts are bad or something. Hey, I know, you can fix it with your powers. Okay, now that's just taking things too far. Is it? Oh, hey, great. Did you used to be an electrician in your past life or something? That's a cruel question, considering the circumstances. Now all we have to do is get to that door, and we're safe. Well, this is going swimmingly. You can be my little flashlight, bitch. She was a little bit more polite than that. If anything, she was, like, impressed. What happened now? Looks like the submarine decided to rear up on its hind legs. I can't believe we're still okay after that fall. Either we're really lucky, or we're dead and we just haven't realized it yet. Come on now, as if the latter could be true. What now? The water sure is rising fast. Come on. You'll just have to go up to the top. Let's see, how can I help with my ghost tricks? Well, I think I see a familiar flame over there. Sissel, there you are. How's it going? How's it going? I'd say it was going pretty badly. You do understand how dangerous the situation is, don't you? Of course, after all, just ask anybody who knows me how much I hate taking a bath. Maybe he's been in danger of drowning before himself. Okay, ready to create a path for these ladies? Of course! Alright, the dynamic duo. Back in action. Sure. Okay, currently I can't reach shit. Is this doing something? Am I cooking here? Go up is easier said than done when I'm holding Camilla. I know, we're gonna try to create a path for you somehow. The water just keeps on rising. Please hurry. Oh, and by the way, did I ever tell you? You can't swim. Neither can Camilla. Oops, already said that, didn't I? Okay, well, good luck. Okay, that's actually helpful, thank you. These pistons sticking out in front of me, it's almost like they're taunting me. Maybe it's a challenge. It might be just that. Think you can climb them? If I wasn't holding Camilla, I could probably do it easily. Sissel, you're not telling Miss Lynn to leave poor Miss Camilla behind, are you? Could you just be quiet for a minute, Missile? Those pistons sure look like they could do... Blah, 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 blah. Those pistons sure do look like they could be used to our advantage. Can't speak. Oh, the water's still rising. It's up to my knees. And it's freezing cold. Just hold on. We better create a path fast. Hang in there, Miss Lynn. Thanks, Missile. Okay. I see. Yeah. 3 different sizes of fans, yes. This is now a job for Missile. Perfect. There, how about that? Wow, this is great. You made a staircase for me. You'd better hurry. I don't think that water's gonna wait for you. Damn, not only did it not wait, it very inconveniently caught up. Okay. Next problem. Now the steam's getting in the way. It's too hot to get through. What? And there's no way to go around either. Think you can do something? Of course we can. We have to. Okay, first order of business, let's catch up. Ooh, that's not great. Okay. So by closing this valve, I've shut off the steam flow to that first pipe. Okay. What about the rest of these pipes? Here comes that water again. Oh, I wish I could drink it all up for you. No, Missile, it's too salty. I think the more relevant point is that he's dead, so he can't drink it. Whatever, just do something about this steam. Leave it to me, Miss Lynn. Thanks, Missile. Cleared the same challenge? Huh? Look at this, if I swap the pipes, it changes how the steam comes out, huh? Oh, I get it, because the cracks in each pipe are different, right? So each pipe sprays out the steam in a different way. I bet that'll come in handy. Okay. I don't want to swap these two, I don't think. These two I can swap. So you're only spraying down. How are we looking? Okay. All down pipes, and then... we're clear. There, how does that look? It looks great. All that horrible steam is cleared out of the way. Okay, it's not far now. Try to move forward. Look up there. If I can just make it to that door, we can escape. Now, how in the world am I gonna get up there? Don't yell at me. If you want to yell, you can yell at me. Missile. How can I yell at you when you're so sweet about it? I think you just did. Let's look for something to pull Miss Lynn up with. Yeah, something to whisk Miss Lynn up and glide her ever so gently to the top with. Hey, are you being sarcastic? Lynn, you can't just, like, thug it out a little bit and start climbing? Alright, now this is what I'm talking about. Okay, raise away. They just kind of gave us this one. Ah, yes. Our door. Sorry, I can't do it. Open it. Hurry. Is that any way to ask for something? I don't think now is the time to give her shit for not being polite. It's no use. I can't budge it. It must be stuck. Oh no. Yep, we're dead, guys. No, I'm not doing a big yell. This way. Ooh. What a twist. What just happened? I can't believe my eyes. Lynn and Little Lady suddenly vanished, leaving only darkness and seawater. The submarine continues to sink down into the deep, deep sea, but I still want to try and make my way up as far as possible. I still want to head up to find a single ray of light. Light to illuminate the truth at the bottom of this deep, deep darkness. Alright. I think this is the final chapter. So I'm gonna fill my water, go to the bathroom, and we're gonna beat this game. He's back. Chapter 17. Let's go, boys. The upended submarine continues to sink, slowly but surely, a long, long journey to the bottom of the sea. Where did I put my water bottle? I just had it in my hands. Lynn and the little lady found the darkness and the salt water closing in on them, but at the very last second, something saved them. Now it looks down at them quietly. My head is filled with one giant question. What in the world is this thing? I've got a sneaking suspicion. Crazy fit. I see you managed to survive, Detective. Hey, you're... Excuse my appearance, I seem to have lost my body. Yeah, extreme aura. He even had time to get himself some new sunglasses. Oh, and you there. You're the ghost who's been saving Lynn all evening, aren't you? You knew about me all along? Of course, what else would explain all those unnatural things happening? If you knew, how come you didn't do anything about it all this time? And how come you decided to save us all of a sudden? I thought you wanted to get revenge on us. I don't really know. Please, you gotta tell me. I need to know. Who in the world are you? Sissel, look at you, what happened? I can't hold on to that image of myself any longer. You can't remember who you are. That's right. I came all this way tonight trying to chase down my lost memory. For quite a bit of tonight, I thought I was you, Sissel. Sissel. My name isn't Sissel. I bet you'll remember really soon. Who you are and who I am, too. What? The man in front of me is not me. I'm even further away from the truth. Or maybe not. Something stirring in my mind, a memory about to emerge. Do I know this man? Now that I've shed my image of myself, I feel like I'm one step closer to the truth. Dude, somebody called you Sissel that wasn't me earlier, so like, come on, out with it. They got us good. It's all over for this submarine. Its engine room is destroyed, there's a hole in the hull, and it's sinking as we speak. What are you doing here? I thought you had a deal with those people. They betrayed me. I was a fool to trust them. They already have what they wanted now. The Temsic fragment. I didn't know they had it all figured out. You mean they figured out the source of your powers? Yeah, that meteorite's radiation has two effects on living creatures. It gives power and time. If you don't mind, we'd like to hear more. These 10 years, I've been watching that junkyard superintendent do his research, and I think I've kind of got some of it figured out. The meteorite's radiation gives spirits special powers, like possessing and manipulating objects. And in my case, swapping objects. Exactly. Apparently there are individual differences in the powers we get, and it seems these powers change as time goes by. They do? Yeah, my powers have changed over these past 10 years. At first, I could only manipulate small living creatures. Now then, How do you suppose we got these powers? It's simple. It is? How then? In a nutshell, we died while exposed to the energy emitted by the meteorite. It's radiation. That's what does it? Dying while being exposed to the radiation? On that day, 10 years ago, a fragment of that meteorite pierced my heart, and I died. So of course, I received special powers. Hey, wait a minute. Is that how I got my powers too? You know, you might be right. Aren't the Temsic remnants still right there in the park, at the bottom of the crater? You're right. So that must mean I must have died in the presence of the meteorite's radiation too. Another effect the meteorite's radiation has on us is that it gives us time. Again, I think this time effect is centered around the theme of death, but it's not all that clear. So the fact that I can return to 4 minutes before a person's death is another effect of that meteorite. One of the characteristics of that meteorite is its ability to replay the moment of death. Replay the moment of death. This is all so strange and confusing, I can't take it all in. It makes about as much sense to me as anything else. Yeah, strange and confusing. That just about sums up the object that pierced my body that day. Thanks to that meteorite fragment, my very existence is a contradiction. What do you mean? That day, when the fragment pierced my heart, I lost my life. However, because it remained inside of me, that fragment continued to constantly regenerate my body. In other words, my body was continuously cycling between the moments that separated my life and death. What? My body's vital functions stopped 10 years ago. But my body's time is perpetually stopped at the moment just before death. Time just stopped. Huh. So I just simply existed. Not really alive, and not really dead. That pretty much sums up these last 10 years for me, ever since that incident in the park. My body hasn't aged a day, my hair hasn't grown an inch. Come to think of it, that old pigeon guy mentioned something. He said he couldn't cut this guy's body with a scalpel. So I guess as soon as an incision was made, his body would be regenerated. Wow. Before I left this country, I wanted to do one thing. I wanted to get revenge on the people who stole our lives. Our lives? As part of the deal, I made those guys promise to cooperate. Cooperate? You mean the kidnapping? It all went fine. I manipulated the Justice Minister and I made him issue the execution order. But I thought he might call off the execution at the last second. So that's why you wanted his daughter kidnapped. But they kidnapped the wrong girl. Little did I know, they had their own reasons for cooperating with me. Huh? Their objective was to wipe out everybody who had to do with Temsic. Detective Jowd was one such person, so they were happy to cooperate. Inspector Cabanella and that junkyard super, they were slated to be wiped out too. And, as it turns out, I was one of their targets as well. So they stole my Temsic fragment, and here I am. But they had one more final target. You, detective. Me? I mean, she was there, but I don't think she knew shit. If you weren't there in the park that day 10 years ago, I never would have thought of doing something as stupid as taking a hostage. Okay. But I was just a little kid playing in the park. Yeah, I know. Huh? 10 years later, and you'd become a detective looking into Jowd's case. Tonight, I invited you to a quiet spot on the edge of town. It was a trap, you see. I told you who I was. You never saw my face that day 10 years ago. So of course, you didn't recognize me. Aura and rage bait. Yeah, right? He's really got a drawn-out way of explaining things. Just to piss people off. I took possession of you to make you shoot me. Whew. Your subconscious resisted me. Such incredible power. It was the first time I wasn't able to control somebody completely. The aim was off and the first shot missed the mark. The junkyard was equipped with security cameras. I knew you'd be wanted for murder. That was my plan, anyway. But they had other ideas. They simply wanted you wiped out. But then, something threw a big monkey wrench into their scheme. I showed up. Me. I was supposed to meet up with them after that. But then something went wrong. What happened? My body disappeared. Aha, the inspector in white was responsible for that one. My precious bargaining chip was in that body. I had to get it back no matter what. That inspector caused me no end of trouble. But why were those people targeting me? I never even heard of the Temsic meteorite. Because you were looking into the Jowd case. They thought you would find out about Temsic sooner or later. And that's pretty much the whole story. The only thing left to do now is wait for water pressure to crush the submarine. He's optimistic. Oh no. There are no cores that link from here to the water's surface. I have an idea. We hook up the phone line and there are no communication cables down this deep. They meant for this submarine to be my coffin. A coffin for the dead. There's no escape. I think I kind of understand now. What you've been feeling these 10 years. You what? This feeling, cut off from the world, all alone in a submarine. Sinking slowly toward the bottom of an endless sea. This must be how you felt all along. Lynn? Camilla? Is it true? We're stuck here? What? Oh, what if we swap with another submarine? If my dad was here, I'd bet he'd save us. Oh, Camilla, I'm so sorry. That's funny. What is it, Sissel? There's something I don't understand. Why would they go to all the trouble of detaching the control room? What? Why didn't they just steal the Temsic fragment and escape if that's what they wanted? Why did they have to jettison your body off into the sea? That's a good question. But I guess it doesn't matter why now. We'll never find it again. We have no idea where it was launched to. Wait a minute. Yes, we do! This will tell us where Detective Jout is. That present from the Inspector in white. That's right, Detective Jout told me to hold on to it for him. And the bullet is still in this person's body in the command room, right? Then we should be able to tell exactly where it is with this. But even if we find out where it is, how do we get there? We should be able to figure something out between the three of us. With our powers, right, Miss Lynn? Right. Oh, and wait a minute, what about a torpedo? A torpedo. In any case, it's way too early to give up. Looks like Detective Jout is our last hope. Come on, let's get started. Why is this machine shoving grapes at me? Well, this looks like the private cabin of the top officer, doesn't it? This machine is probably for feeding him grapes while he lies in bed. Oh, it sounds heavenly. I've been thinking about this for a while now, but don't you think that country's use of technology is just a little off? Says the guy who made a deal with said country. Anyway, it looks like the arm of this machine's a bit busted. Yeah, Chad Jout swims to the bottom of the ocean and pulls the submarine to the surface. The torpedo room, huh? There might be another torpedo left there. I'll go check it out. Oh, I get it. You're gonna use a missile to ram the control room. Well, I don't know about ram. We don't want to blow Detective Jout up, but something like that. We'll climb up to the torpedo room, too. Up is definitely safer. Okay, I'll see you there, then. Looks like the torpedoes can be launched manually with these switches. There are 2 tubes, so there should be 1 more left. I guess the first thing we have to do is load it into the tube. When it comes to missiles, you can count on me. I'll enter the coordinates of the command room into the torpedo. And I just turned on the backup power. We ought to be able to use the switches now. Okay, let's try it. Good luck! Switch won't budge, maybe it's broken. But I don't think the entire device is broken. But I can't do it with my powers. Alright. Obligatory missile moment. No? What'll happen to these 2 ladies? I think that's up to us and our powers. What? This is no time to be standing around unsure of ourselves. Will you lend me your strength missile? Me? Of course I will. Count on it. There we go, that torpedo looks serviceable. All set on this end, too. But something's odd. What is? The command room, it looks like it's slowly sinking. Sinking? Yeah, like it's completely run out of power. I wonder what happened. I don't know, but I guess I'll find out. Right, okay, hop into the missile. I'll launch it for you. Okay, thanks. I've already set the torpedo's course. It'll head toward the command room where Detective Jowd is. 12 seconds after launching, it'll pass by the command room for an instant. That instant will be your window of opportunity to jump over to the command room. Okay, got it. And then we'll find a way to come back and save you. That'll probably be my last task tonight. Just hold on until we get back. Okay, come on, Missile. Missile? I'm sorry, I can't go. What? I just can't. How could I leave? I can't leave Miss Lynn and Miss Camilla behind. Missile. I swapped the switches so the missile can be launched. You'll have to do the rest, Sissel. I can't do it either. I can't ask Missile to come with me after that. I understand exactly how he feels. We're not gonna be able to save Missile, are we? He's just gonna be a dead dog. Fucked up, man. I want you to go, Missile. What? But Miss Lynn, you staying here won't change our fate. But if you go with Sissel, you might be able to make something happen, and that's our only hope. But what if that something doesn't happen? I'll never be able to see you again. Never, ever again. Even I can understand that. I couldn't stand that. Don't worry, Missile. Miss Camilla. I just know you and Sissy can make something happen. I believe in you. I'll be right here waiting for you. We'll see each other then. Don't worry. Miss Camilla. That's a good boy, Missile. Now, are you ready? Remember, it's 12 seconds after I throw this switch. We're ready. Sissel. Yes? We never found out who you really were. But that doesn't matter now. All I know is I'm truly glad I met you tonight. Thank you. For everything. And I'm glad I met you, Detective. But we're gonna see each other again. Right, Sissy? Right, Missile? That's right. We promise, little lady. Of course we will! I'll never forget you, no matter what happens. Here goes, then. Good luck, friend. These 12 seconds are lasting an eternity. I strive to think of a way to save Lynn and the little lady the whole time. But how can a ray of light, of hope, reach this far down into the deep sea? Before I can think of an answer, the 12 seconds are up. Detective Jowd. I bet that big masked man did this. I'm gonna bite him. You'd better not, you might break your teeth. The command room has lost power and is sinking, so I wonder what this masked man is going to do. Let's talk to Detective Jowd. Yeah, let's see what's rocking. Sorry for the wait, Detective Jowd. Who are you? Are you Sissel? Please excuse my appearance. I can't believe you made it here. How's Camilla, and what about Lynn? Well, it's kind of a long story. I told Detective Jowd about everything that happened on the submarine Yanoa. So the submarine's badly damaged. Why would he do that to his own submarine? I wish I knew. I know the answer to that one. It's because he's afraid of my powers. You followed us? I didn't even notice. It's been 10 long years, Detective Jowd. Are you Yomiel? So you remember me, do you? How could I possibly forget? Yomiel? 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 Whatever. So that's your real name, huh? Yomiel? That's right. Which way am I supposed to go around pronouncing that? Because it's got the I-E-L, that's like a Yol, like a Nathaniel. But Yomiel does not sound correct, but I feel like if I'm like really enunciating every vowel, I sound real goofy. But those people on the Yanoa were calling you Sissel. That's just an alias I was using for my deal with them. I didn't see any need to tell them my real name. Could you do me a favor? Would you let me ask you some questions? I've been trying to find out my true identity all night. Sure, go ahead. I'm sure there's plenty we can still tell you, right, Detective Jowd? Right. 10 years ago, you were a top systems engineer, weren't you? Systems engineer? What's that? By the way, I'm a top Pomeranian, you know. Well, it's kind of hard to explain to a dog, but it's a person who's good at using computers. I don't mean to brag, but I was one of the best in the industry. That's how I got roped into joining that project. Project? What project? It was a project aimed at reorganizing the nation's top secret information. The goal was to build a new system using multidimensional programming theory. I was asked to join the project by an agent of the government. It doesn't sound like something a top Pomeranian would know anything about. To me, it just sounded like another challenging job. However, this project was also the target of a secret plot. I bet you can imagine the kind of crime the nation's top secrets might attract. I never thought for the life of me I'd ever have to deal with spies. It was never made public, but every organization in the country moved on this one. And then, one day, the name of a certain programmer emerged as a suspect. I was the guy who built the core of the system. The police arrested you, and then that incident happened. He escaped from the interrogation room and took Little Lynn as a hostage. By the way, Detective Jowd, when was it that I was proven innocent? About 6 months after your death. I'm so sorry, Yomiel. A real motive for revenge. 10 years ago, dude got taken out by really bad luck. Cosmically bad luck. My body was split from my soul. My soul was split from my body, and I lost everything. I was sealed in eternal darkness. I existed in this world, no question about that. But nobody noticed my presence. What good were my powers? They didn't help anybody. Not even the passage of time could heal my pain. Soundtrack friggin' cranks. In fact, it only made it worse. I wanted to disappear. But I wasn't even allowed to do that. The way Lynn described it is exactly right. Sinking slowly toward the bottom of an endless sea. An overwhelming feeling of loneliness and despair. And I wanted all of you to suffer what I was suffering. And so that's why you murdered Alma. That's right. I wanted you to know what it was like to lose everything you cared about. I wanted you to feel the same pain I felt. What? It was the twisted wish of a mind poisoned by infinite loneliness. And then, as I was plotting my revenge, I had an idea. I came up with a plan to use these powers of mine to make a deal. There's something I just don't understand about that deal. I'm sure your powers would be very valuable to them, but what would you get out of the deal? A new life. Life. I asked them for 2 conditions. Number 1 was that they help me with my revenge plot. And the second was a rebirth for me. Rebirth. A new beginning. I didn't care if it was a fake life, an artificial life. I just wanted a physical receptacle for my soul, a name, an identity, an everyday life. I wanted to grow old in a society that would accept me. And finally, I wanted to die surrounded by a loving family. That's the kind of life I asked them for. A completely man-made life. That's right, I knew I couldn't hope for anything more than that. To make it all come true, I knew it would take a lot of money and a lot of power. That's why I decided to ask a national government to help me. And their response in the end was betrayal. They were making their moves much more carefully than I suspected. They sent spies to this country and researched my powers on their own. And they even figured out what Temsic was all about. And you had no idea they were doing all that? None at all. I was a fool. So then, why did they go to all the trouble of making a deal with you? Why didn't they just steal a hunk of the Temsic meteorite from the park? They couldn't. Huh? After the manipulator incidents, research was conducted in this country too. A report was submitted to the government about the source of the manipulator's power. By Inspector Cabanella and the old pigeon guy. At first, the government didn't believe the report. But then they decided to put the park under surveillance just in case. Surveillance, huh? It just looks like an ordinary peaceful park, but there are armed agents there at all times. Don't tell me that odd leaflet guy's one of them. No, not him. He's just a plain old odd person. That park is like a silent battlefield on an international scale. So that's why they couldn't steal the Temsic meteorite. And lately, under the pretense of building a housing site, they've been working on a plan to destroy that park in order to secure the Temsic meteorite. So that's it. So the upshot of your grand deal was this. Yeah, it's the ending I deserve. But at least there's one thing you must be happy about. What's that? You've managed to seal me away at the bottom of the sea forever. Well, shall we get started? Started with what? Bringing Detective Jowd back to life, of course. What good will that do now? But we promised. We promised Miss Lynn and Miss Camilla we'd save them. And we can't do that without you, Detective Jowd. I've been guided by fate tonight to this place. I won't give up now. Alright, fine. Let's see where it leads us. Here we go then. Back to 4 minutes before your death. Listen. He's probably immensely powerful. Did you see how he put away that chicken before he got executed? So, where are we headed? We are not headed anywhere, Detective. What? There was only enough fuel on board to launch us away. We will run out soon, and that will be our destination, Detective. And it was cold, so it was hard. Damn, cold chicken on death row? Fucked up. All this money for secret plans and surveillance of rocks and parks, and we can't afford a warm chicken for a man about to die? What are you talking about? That would mean that you're trapped here too. By the way, I'm not human, Detective. Well, shit. I'm a remote-controlled robot, Detective. What? Your country's use of technology is just plain off. We get that a lot, Detective. Why would you go to all the trouble to do this? That's nothing but a shell there. It's hardly a threat anymore. Commander Sith likes to provide against any possibility, no matter how small, Detective. Possibility? What are you talking about? There is no need for you to know, Detective. Now it is time to say goodbye, Detective. In the end, your fate remains the same, it seems, Detective. Grr. Camilla, forgive me. Fucking absolutely ventilated. Okay. It isn't over yet. It isn't? Remember what that big masked man said? Any possibility, no matter how small. Possibility. In other words, there must be a chance here somewhere. The possibility of turning this situation around. We got 4 ghosts. One of us has to be able to do something. Huh? What is it, Detective? Look at Yomiel's shell. There's no aura emanating from his body. Of course there isn't. The Temsic fragment is gone. Could this change in his shell? Give us some kind of lead? I figured it out. I know what this possibility, no matter how small, is that they're afraid of. What is it? My time was perpetually stopped thanks to the power of Temsic. His body cycled between the moments that separated his life and death. Right, but not anymore. The Temsic fragment's been taken away. Exactly. So what does that mean? I get it. Your body won't come back to life anymore. Trick the bullets. The moment the Temsic fragment was removed, my shell became a regular corpse. So let's see, that means we can go back. Back to 4 minutes before your death. But wait a minute. Exactly when is that death? That's simple. We'll find out. When we get there. Let's move! We're going... I suspect that means we're going way the fuck back. I fell back through the cracks of time for what seemed like forever. And then I saw it. The final death at the end of this long night. Who exactly am I? I've already seen all the clues. All I have to do now is remember. Have we? The final journey to the truth starts now. Have I seen all the clues? I feel like I ain't seen shit. Is this like I've been blind? Like it's actually been like sprinkled out and I'm the fucking obtuse for not noticing? So much aura in the robot though. That was crazy. That's been the craziest part of this whole fucking thing. When was Yomiel's death? It was 10 years ago when the Temsic meteorite fell. I'm gonna trick the bullets across time with the meteorite, and we're gonna do some shenanigans. I don't know. We traveled back through time, and now we're here at the scene of that death. The start of it all is about to replay itself. Is the whole game about to not happen? We're out of paranormal questions, and we're into time travel questions. Oh boy. Roast yam. Give it up. Do you really think you can outrun me? Now just calm down and drop that weapon. Stay back. If you come any closer, I'll shoot her. Oh, a kitten. True, you might get hurt. And a piece of the rock snipes Yomiel. Damn, dude just dies face down, ass up every time. So we trick into Jowd's gun and just kill him the old-fashioned way before the meteor. None of this happens. The gods, they're the ones who saved... Every time the gods, ye gods, come up, I'm a little thrown. Because this is just like such a normal-ass modern setting. What's your job, mister? Me? I'm a police detective. What gods are we worshipping? Like Greek, Egyptian? Who's the who's the gang? So that's the Temsic meteorite. It's beautiful, looking at it from this angle. It changed all of our fates completely. We can't stop Temsic from falling from the sky, but we might be able to protect you from that fragment and save your life. I don't know. What's the matter, Detective Jowd? To be perfectly honest, I'm scared. If that meteorite doesn't get him, I'm pretty sure I would have shot him. We might not be able to change your fate of dying. I can accept that. What I did is inexcusable. No matter how the future might change, that fact will never go away. If my fate is to die here, then I accept that. This will be our last battle against fate. Beyond that will be a new future. Okay, let's get started. So, like, Jowd's just here for the vibes. Now, how are we gonna save you? If Lynn would just wander off somewhere, that would solve everything. When her sweet potato's almost ready? Ha! She's not gonna budge from that spot. But you know, it makes me wonder. A little girl all alone in the park, listening to music and roasting a sweet potato. What kind of childhood did this girl have? Doesn't everybody have at least one day in their life like that? Give her a break. Anyway, if Lynn won't budge from that spot, then we'll just have to have the fragment move instead. A nozzle, another nozzle, basket, just roasting sweet potato. Alright, well. It's ready. I don't think I can hop into your sweet potato. Maybe from here. We're gonna hurt her ears. I'm sorry, I wasn't thinking. You really startled her. You even made her drop her sweet potato. I know how much this girl loves her food, too. Anyway, at least her fate's changed, albeit ever so slightly. Okay. I can get into a sweet potato. Okay. Can't reach Mutt's house. Missile, what do you got? Anything? Okay. Ah. Okay. Some pretty spirited water there. That's what's known as a fountain. With that much force, I bet it could lift me right up into the air. Lift you into the air, huh? He's right, it might be able to lift something that was small enough. Like that thing that just went floating by, for example. Yeah, okay. you're good to just chill in there. I can't see. I should have hopped in that. Yep. Big, scary sweet potato. That's me now. Yep, look at them. They're the same shape. Here I go. I'm gonna need your help. Except now, I don't think I can reach it. Looks like the basket's empty. Did Lynn think she was going to eat those both of those huge sweet potatoes? Who knows? There might have even been more than two. When Miss Lynn finds out her sweet potato's gone, she might cry very loudly. Trying to make her be some kind of sweet potato freak? Please don't do that. I just thought maybe you'd wake her up. Even if you did wake her up, what good would that do at the moment? You're the one who needs to wake up, Sissel. This little doggy says some pretty smart things sometimes. Okay, so we go back. Get Missile out of this so he's not in the way. Cool. Alright, you're where you need to be. Into this. Swap it around. Missile go. Okay. That was quite a sight to see. It looks like this park just got a new feature. But neither one of them even glanced this way. Guess that's not surprising, seeing as even a meteorite didn't distract them. Hey, it was a desperate situation. Kill or be killed. And Yomiel was killed right after this by the meteorite. Well, now that the park has a new feature, can we use it can we use it to our advantage in any way? Excuse me. Ugh. I just got an achievement that says fail by removing a large symbol. This was not the answer to the problem. I've been fucking tricked. It's about time for that meteorite to come down. Oh, we have to change the fragment's path somehow. Looks like both paths and fate can be difficult things to change. There has to be a way. If we work together, you and me, I thought we'd be able to do something. Thought? That's funny. I wonder why he's using past tense. Is the problem just like where I dropped the thing? Yeah, okay. It's just the where. I doubt we can move those two from that spot, which means, yeah. Should be easy. I think you're right. This is going to be the grand finale. One more time. Yeah, I can't reach that even from Lynn. Okay. There we go. Okay, ooh. Perfect. Sorta. Oh look, the lamppost is bending. But it hasn't broken yet. It really is a wonder it hasn't snapped. It just might hold out for a little while longer. If I recall, the Temsic fragment smashed through the glass lantern on its way down. But if Mino sits firmly in the way, then fate should change. I mean, yeah, we're just in this. It's about time for that meteorite to come down. Don't worry, Missile, I think we're ready for it. Look what's right in the fragment's path. Oh, okay, that giant sweet potato. If anything can get in the way, that ugly monster can. Ouch. Anyway, now the fragment's path ought to change. There, how's that? Look, the fragment's course. It changed a little. Now Yomio's fate should really change. Wait a minute. Take another look at the fragment's trajectory. Now that it's changed, what's in its path? In its path? No! Oh no, right in the balls. Detective Chowd! Oh no, it's his leg. The Temsic fragment shot through his leg. What? But the cruel twists of fate weren't over yet. Come on, put it down. Huh? Chowd, put the gun down now. If you don't, you're going to shoot him. I don't know if it's his detective training or what, but even though he's shaking from the pain, the gun doesn't waver. Put the gun down. Does he shoot Lin? I knew it. This is my true fate. In the end, I stole his life away with my own hands. I won't let that happen. Fucking... I'm here inside the bullet. Now let's swap it with something. The meteorite fragment is what made you pull the trigger. We won't let you become a murderer. We have to prove that murder isn't the detective's true fate. And to do that, we have to stop this bullet. There must be something with the same shape as a bullet around here. Like a roasted sweet potato. Oh, that looks very dead. That's not true. My fate of getting pierced through the back might not have changed. But I'm still alive. What? I'm not dead, I'm just unconscious. Okay, yeah, sure. That's a big-ass spike. Okay, so your fate of death has changed, but still. This fate is just too painful to watch in every sense. I don't think so. As long as I'm alive, that's good enough for me. But we were overlooking one thing. The wheel of fate was still slowly turning. Jesus Christ, the hits keep coming. Wake up, you gotta get out of there. Damn it, my leg won't work. It's all over, we're out of time. Miss Lynn. It's not over yet. But there isn't anything else to swap with. Why don't we just let it play out and then try to find another way next time? Even if she dies, all you have to do is possess her corpse. And then you can redo her last 4 minutes as many times as it takes. No, I won't do that. Why not? Sure, the fact of her death would be erased, but her memory of it would remain like a scar on her psyche. I won't let that happen, not if I can help it. But what can we do now? Even if we work together... I think there might be something that can be done. What is it? What can Sissel and I do? Don't forget, I'm here too. With 3 kinds of powers among us, we ought to be able to fight this battle. This battle against the fate of death. Yomiel. Sissel, your power is manipulating objects. Use your power to manipulate this. Huh? I don't get it. Just trust me, let's go. Alright, I'll try to move there. Now gather your strength and make it spray as if your life depended on it. I'm dead, though. In that case, make it spray as if your death depended on it. Give it your all. And remember, you'll only have a split second. Okay, now do it. The manipulator. Now it's your turn, Missile. What? Me? But what can I do? I think you know the answer to that. Okay, got it. You can swap them. That hunk of concrete will go back to its original position. But even if I swap them, it'll still be right above Miss Lynn. Don't worry. Okay, I'll do it. I'll swap them. I mean, so far he hasn't done anything. You say the manipulator in action. It's no use. We can't stop that horrible Mino. What can we do now? All right, man. Show us what you got. I don't see how gaining a second or two helped. Oh, it helped all right. Those few seconds were exactly what I wanted. Last up, it's my turn. Your turn? Him. You know what my power is, right? I can manipulate living creatures. Wait a minute, you mean... That's right. I'm gonna save that little girl. Save her by manipulating my own unconscious body. Ye gods! Huge. Is he dead? Hold on, we're fading. Ah, you're awake. Hey, mister, is your knee okay? Oh, it'll be fine. It's just a scrape. I'm lucky it wasn't a fatal hit, but the main thing is that you're not hurt. You saved me, mister. I was just doing my job. The gods, they're the ones who saved you. What's your job, mister? Me? I'm a police detective. Do you think you could go call the police for me? I think you could do it quicker than I could. But... What's that? This is a detective's badge. We give them to children who've been very brave. A detective's badge? Okay, you know what to do, little detective. Are you alive? Yeah, sadly. Hang on, help is coming. What made you do such a reckless thing? To be perfectly honest, I don't really know. When I came to, my body was already moving all by itself. It was as if somebody else was controlling me. I see. But you know, I'm glad it happened. Hey, mister. I found this kitten. It was over there. Come to think of it, I just saw it a few minutes ago. It's probably a stray. It's kind of limp. Is it okay? I don't know. I think it's unconscious. That's funny. It doesn't look like it's injured or anything. Poor little kitty. How about if I take it to my house and look after it? Would you like to come home with me, little kitten? Well, it looks like his fate just changed in a big way. Whose fate? That kitten's, of course. Sissel's. Sissel? The name Sissel echoes in my head. That's my real name. These long, lonely 10 years. You were my one and only friend. How about it? Do you remember now? Old friend? I'm a cat. I think I finally remember. 10 years ago, I was a little kitten that wandered into this park. I was weak and all alone in the world. Somebody please look at me. So this is the original way it ended. Somebody please reach out. Reach a hand out to me. I had just only died at the time. I'd lost everything. My life, my memory. My body wouldn't move anymore, but I still managed to reach out a hand to him. The next thing I knew, my soul had transferred to the black kitten. With no recollection of who I was, I lived as a cat with you for a while. After a while, the man regained his memory, I went back to being just a cat, and then the man got his body back. I took my body back from the morgue. There was somebody I just had to go see. Just one more time. I took control of my body and hurried to her house. But I was just a little too late. I had just missed her as she left this world. She left me a note that said, "I'm coming to you, Yomiel." The man named me Sissel. It was the name of something important he had lost, along with his life. His fiancée. He told me about it once, but I didn't understand what it was. These 10 years were very happy for me, but they weren't happy for the man, and there was nothing I could do for him. For 10 years, I wandered through the darkness with no particular place to go. As time passed, my powers gradually changed. At first, I could only manipulate small creatures and objects. But then, after a while, I could manipulate people. That's when the darkness inside me deepened, and I started to get a little twisted. I wanted light. Distorted, artificial light. When I got my revenge on Lynn, I would see that light, or at least that's what I tried to believe. I left my old self buried in that junkyard and walked away. The Black Cat. I was possessing Sissel then. It wouldn't look very much like a murder if the corpse got up and walked away, after all. So you borrowed the body of your old friend. Sissel was inside that bag I was carrying tonight. I had no intention of leaving my friend behind in this country when I left. But then, excuse me. But then, when I went to possess his body, I realized something horrible. What was that? Sissel there inside the bag was dead. What? Oh, her fucking whiff. The true message of the game isn't that revenge can get messy and ruin the lives of many people in its wake. It's that British people suck and are massive backstabbers with weird tech. So true. The British do suck. I wasn't able to control her completely. The first bullet didn't hit anything. Or so I thought. But it did hit something, didn't it? It hit Sissel inside that bag. Yes, that's when I lost my life, right there in the presence of Tempsic radiation. And that's when I got my powers of the dead, my ghost tricks. I think I understand it now. Why I was the only one who couldn't get his memory back. It was because I thought that corpse was me. It was the only corpse I could see at the time, after all. But as it turns out, it wasn't the only dead body. My true death was hiding just behind that corpse. Now that I think about it, do you remember what you said? That you knew all along about me saving Lynn tonight? If you knew, why didn't you try to stop me? Now, there's one last mystery. The game has a lot of car references, if you pay attention. Has it? I thought I was paying attention. Oh, cat reference. Fuck, now I gotta think about that. Like all the mice you bully. Well, he feels bad about being mean to the mice. That's not cat-like. He'd be like, oh, fuck yeah, fuck that mouse up. At least that's what I would think. If you knew, why didn't you try to stop me? It's simple. Because I couldn't, even if I wanted to. Huh? Why not? Remember the thing about individual differences in the power we get? I can control all kinds of things, from the living to the dead. But even so, there are some things that you can do that I can't. You mean, I can't even rewind time, let alone change the fate of a death. If I could do those things, I would have saved your life. Not only that, but I never would have just let my fiancé stay dead like that. But you're here, 10 years in the past now. That's thanks to your powers. I just tagged along with you. In any case, now the starting point of this entire tragedy has changed dramatically, altering fate. The fate of your death, the kitten Sissel's fate, and I can just bet you the fate of the woman you love has changed too. Yeah, I believe you're right. True, but do you know how many people died tonight that you saved? Like, a bunch. I mean... 9. Nah, that's... I see. 9 lives. Cat joke. Okay. I'm picking it up now. So this was the last fate to be averted, huh? You know, long-ass cutscene for everything that's gonna change based off this one, like, fate aversion. So, Yomiel, it looks like your plan for revenge ended in failure. Yes, and I'm glad, too. I think I kind of understand now what you've been feeling these 10 years. She understood. She shed tears for me. That's when my revenge was over. She saved me from the darkness. It's also, yeah, that makes sense. And he doesn't know a goddamn thing about literally anything. Can't read. Tons of basic concepts needed to be explained to him. And, like, just random shit you may or may not have heard of as, like, a person. Well, I guess it's time we got back. A new 10 years later was just born. Right, we should get back to our new present. I can't wait to see Miss Lynn and Miss Camilla again. So these past 10 years will now all vanish. Well, not completely. The memories of all of us here will remain, including the memory of what I did, my crime. That's the way this Game of the Dead works. And no matter what the reason, there's no denying the fact that I took Lynn hostage and tried to point a gun at her. I have no intention of running away from that either, the most inexcusable crime in my new life. Hey, Sissel. Yes? When we go back, our fates will no longer be interconnected. It'll be like we never met. So before that happens, I just wanted to say one thing. Tonight, I stole away your life with my own hands. I'm truly sorry. That's already a thing of the lost past. Our fates have changed now, right, Yomiel? Thank you, Sissel. I'm so very glad I met you. Me too, Yomiel. Sissel, are we ever going to see each other again? I couldn't stand it if we weren't. Don't worry, Missile. I bet we'll see each other again someday. 10 years from now, our paths are sure to cross. We'll just have to wait until then. Sissel, I'll never forget you. I'll never forget you either, valiant little doggy. Well, it looks like you come to live with me now. So let's be getting home, little black cat. Home, huh? That sounds good, Detective Jowd. We all witnessed the birth of a new beginning, and now, we're each going back to our own new present. We said goodbye to the parts of our stories that would be lost, believing that someday our paths would all cross again. Wait. Before you go back to a new present, I wanted to thank you. Before I cease to exist. Oh! Yeah, it's you! Hey, man! Yes, it is I, Ray, in case you've forgotten again. Thanks to you, everything has turned out as I had hoped. I am really grateful to you, Sissel. Thank you. But don't forget, I was only on a journey to find my own lost memory. Yes, I know that. I know all about you. Can I ask you a question, Ray? I want to know, who exactly are you? Fair enough. I will tell you. A final mystery! Let me tell you about another version of tonight's events. What do you mean? You changed the fates of many people tonight, the first of which was hers. Yup. One final twist. I just need the epilogue with the gang all together. Fucking Yomiel in his wheelchair. If you'd not been there for her tonight, her fate would have been to die in that lonely spot on the outskirts of town. If that had occurred, what do you suppose would have happened? Let me tell you a story. The story of a little creature after they stole her life that night. They broke into her apartment. They stole the wooden box from the ceiling hiding place and left. And in the process, two little dead bodies were left behind. However, the little fellow's spirit lived on. He desperately reached out his paw towards his mistress, and that's when a miracle occurred. The powers of the dead, but how? He didn't... Are you also Missile? But with all you know now, I bet you understand it, do you not? Hey, wait a minute. That's right. He died inside the aura of that strange energy. But unfortunately, with his meager powers, he was unable to save his little mistress. There just wasn't anything he could do with only the power to swap objects. He needed the power to manipulate objects in order to save the little lady. The little fellow chased after the men, but there still wasn't anything he could do. In the end, he was left behind with the man in red in the deep, deep sea. And then he went back. He went back to the world of 10 years before, to the moment of the man in red's death. Jeez. What do you... What? Huh? He decided to wait it out. He decided to wait until that night came again. And that's the other version of the story of this night. A story that has taken these 10 years to be retold. So that was you, huh? Old Missile! That's right. I'm Missile. 10 years is a very long time in dog years. You couldn't change the fates of these people on your own, so you decided to wait those 10 years out. Exactly, and then at last, that fateful night rolled around again. By this time I'd grown old and my powers were weak, so I decided I needed to find somebody to help me this time around. Somebody who possessed different powers than me. But wait a second. You were able to manipulate that desk lamp. Over the course of the long years, my powers changed. My ability to swap objects weakened, but I became able to manipulate small objects. But in that case, why didn't you cooperate with yourself? Because I couldn't. Huh? From watching the man in red, I found out there were individual differences in our powers. I couldn't do any of the things he could do, like travel through the telephone lines, for example. What? It may not seem like much, but it's a very important power, especially if you're trying to chase somebody. But there's something I don't understand. You knew from the very beginning that I had that power. How did you know so much about me? Why wouldn't I? After all, we'd met before on that night the first time around. What? We met before? Where and when and what? From listening to the conversation of the two intruders to the apartment, I learned that Miss Lynn had lost her life at the junkyard in the edge of town. I followed the Ghost World paths to the junkyard and came upon an incredible scene. Imagine, if you will, there in the darkness, a twisting and swiveling desk lamp. It made my fur stand on end, I can tell you. I was Ray. That was me, so I was shot on that night, first time around as well. You'd lost your memory that time, too. You just died and you felt confused. You declined to cooperate with me. I did what? I just want to find my own lost memory. I'm sorry, but I can't help you. That's what you said. And then you disappeared. Away over the telephone line. I'm really sorry I didn't help you. That's why I decided that this time, I would use that desire of yours to our mutual advantage. Mutual advantage? The only thing you were interested in was finding your own lost memory. If I could guide you along the right path to doing that, we would both benefit. And namely, the right path would be the path to the man in red, to Yomiel. What? I gave you the information you needed to know to set you in the right direction. And then I gave you a time limit. A time limit? That's right. As you know, I said you only had until tomorrow morning. If I hadn't done that, you wouldn't have found out the truth tonight. And the man in red would have been sealed away at the bottom of the sea forever. If that had happened, it would have all been over. Then you mean that thing about ceasing to exist? Oh, that? Completely made up. A little naughty of me, I know. But I just wanted you to use your time wisely. Oh boy. I hate to admit it, but this little doggy really outsmarted me in every way. Let's just call it the wisdom that comes with age. And now it's time to say farewell. These past 10 years will cease to exist, and with them, so will I. Missile, I believed in you. I always knew you could do it. And so you did. Thank you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Missile, so you waited and waited these 10 long years. All for the sake of your two ladies, Lynn and Camilla. Of course, because that's what doggies do. Now then, farewell, Sissel. And so the story of a single night came to an end. Nobody but us knew what had really happened in this town tonight. Loyal past the end, I made my way back to a new present. Huh? How come it's so dark? I'll just turn on the lights here. Damn, no gun for old time's sake? Were you surprised? You bet I was. You nearly scared me to death. Yippee, it worked. But it's not even my birthday today. It was my mom's birthday the day before yesterday. I made this surprise for her, but it came out so well I wanted to use it again. That's alright, Lynn. After all, we're celebrating the birth of your new position as a detective, right? Really? Thank you, Detective Joud. Dad, you're home! Hi, Camilla. Let me introduce you. This is Lynn. She was just assigned to the detective division today. Hi, Camilla. It's nice to meet you. Nice to meet you too, Lynn. Congratulations on becoming a detective. Huh? Is something wrong? You have one of those badges too? Oh, this? Yeah. I have one just like it. My dad just gave it to me the other day. But yours looks a lot older than mine, though. How long are you gonna keep wearing that toy badge, Lynn? What's wrong with it? To me, this is the symbol of a real detective. It's been 10 years since then, hasn't it? Who would have guessed you'd actually become a detective one day? When you gave me this badge, I just knew. I knew it was my destiny somehow. Destiny, eh? And now that I'm a detective, I'll find out where that destiny will lead me. That you will. That you will. Oh, hello. Don't tell me you're that same little kitten. That's right, the very one. You know what? This is a very, very special cat. He's 10 years old, but he's still a kitten. Still a kitten. Yep, he never got any bigger or anything. Wow, what a mysterious little fellow. I know, right? His name is Sissel. Sissel. It seems to me that I've heard that name somewhere before. I think Sissel likes you, Lynn. Alright, everyone, let's start the celebration. Okay, Mom, that's not enough chicken. I've seen these people eat. That you need like 3-4 more of those. I bet you're just like me. Your destiny led you here somehow, too. And so we meet again, Sissel. From just that single night as a human, I got a glimpse into their world, and I learned something. Their fates, their lives, they were all interconnected. Somewhere, somehow, in some way. And now, this is my new fate. I guess I really am a cat. It suits me just fine to curl up and watch. Watch the strange and beautiful patterns of their lives as they unfold. That's scrolling faster than I can think. And it looks like I'll have plenty to watch here for quite a while. Do we get to know what happened to... Not them, but I guess also them. Happy birthday to our lovely Lynn. Yeah, I'm wondering about Yomiel. I'm guessing he'll be here somewhere in here. Hey, Missile, I thought I asked you to stay home and guard the fort. But birthdays are for celebrating together with friends and loved ones. Nothing like it, baby. This game rocked. I can't believe it took me this long to actually beat it. There, patty like that, not bad, huh? I can't believe he's trying to steal his boss's bit. Maybe now I could be a great detective, just like Inspector Cabanela. What kind of example is the inspector providing for his men? Dude, you gotta get your own shit. You can't be biting your boss's, fucking moves. I told you it's peak. You did! I believed you, and now we're here. Here's your food, gentlemen. Dude, the dog's out at the public restaurant? Fucked up. Picking some new members for the Special Investigation Unit today. So you took on a part-time job here again so you could eavesdrop. Yeah, no, I can't believe I dropped this the first time around. Fucked up, honestly. That was great. I love a little puzzle game. I love a nice like, well wrapped up story. I do love that, like, missile, the missile double time travel twist. That was fucking so, like, it's stupid, but I love it. Curry chicken menu item. I'm sorry, I don't care about, like, any of these other motherfuckers, though. Like, our main cast got their happy ending. I need to see what our blonde man is up to. Like, that's great. Curry Man didn't go to jail. He gets to eat chicken. Cool. It's not a bad thing, I would say, that I don't give a shit about these other motherfuckers. Like, they were just set dressing to the scenes they were in. So I don't care what Curry Man's up to, or the Rockstar, or these guys. I forgot about her. 20 kilograms of gunpowder. They're going to die. This is silly. I like a little silly epilogue. I'm sure when Yomiel comes out with his fiance, I'm going to fucking cry or something, because he's got a sad little backstory. This is cute. The indiscretions of a minister. Oh, Lord. Yeah, now's not the time. Y'all are having a nice little family moment. Do not try to draft your smut in front of your daughter. Some stuff around real quick. Hoochie Mama material? Yeah, have you seen his wife? Listen, I've already said too much with his wife around. I'm gonna get myself into trouble with the way I talk about the ladies, alright? I gotta behave myself a little bit sometimes. Stop the park from charging admission. Dude, it's a park. Okay, these guys were sick. I was just saying I don't give a fuck about a lot of the side characters. These guys are awesome. Ooh. A dance that's been passed down in his family. Oh, no, this is... He's dancing away the pain this time, but the panic dance is great. No, we could have spent more time with the prison guards. The progenitor to Sans and Papyrus. 10 long years, Yomiel. Your time's up today. I thought they said they found him innocent post. Whatever. Fucking still. His girl waited for him 10 years? Fellas, you gotta find you a lady like that. Okay, yeah, kidnapping is still a crime. Right. Why is the wife not in the picture? I guess she's taking the picture, but like, damn, guys. Ah, fuck. That was awesome. That was fucking great. What do you mean? I fucking stopped this after the contraption in the junkyard kills Lynn the second time around. What's wrong with me? That's a rhetorical question. Don't answer that. There's a lot of things wrong with me. I don't need the outside input for that one. Yeah, holy shit. The I'm gonna stop here fumble is sometimes so fucking crazy. And in the same vein, can you believe I didn't finish the Ace Attorney? Literally mining diamonds, give up. Yeah. Dude, I hate diamonds. I love dirt. I'm not in it for the diamonds. It's fucking crazy. And we're never getting a sequel to this, ever. Not that we need one. I feel like that's with all the gaming discussion that like happens around like fucking a lack of originality and like constant sequels or remakes and things. I think the gameplay structure here is really good. Like, I don't need these same characters, but it's kind of a shame that they don't do anything with the formula ever again. Because, like, assuredly, you could, like, spruce up, like, a reason for somewhere else, some other motherfucker to get into ghost shenanigans. Yeah, no, the story is perfect. Like I said, I don't want this story touched. I just think this gameplay and this, like, the gameplay and the art style and the music, like, everything about this is so good that it would have been nice to do more, like, other shit with it. It won't work now since Sissel has Yomiel's powers. Yeah, it, like, might not. But still, you get my point. It's a good game. It's a great game. I would fuck with I would fuck with that gameplay again, but I don't want this story touched. Like, leave this fucking plot and everything the fuck alone. Either way, damn. Fucking wish I didn't take so goddamn long to get on this one. I've been missing out. I love the Prime Minister puzzle was good. The first time you go back in time twice, like say at the chicken kitchen, I think is the first time, right? Because there's the waitress that Lynn saves, and then you have to not only change location, but then go inside of that guy who was the driver dying. That was fucking sick. So thanks for hanging, everybody. I already know who I want to raid, because they're chill. So I'm just gonna get ready to start dragging us over right the fuck now. I don't know what I'm playing next time. I got like 2 games I'm thinking about, but I haven't picked one, so bleh. It'll be fine. It'll be fun. Every game I'm playing is good because I have great taste, except for when I'm too stupid to live and don't finish games. So I don't have a raid message, but who cares? Let's just go say hi and hang out because I'm probably gonna go watch this stream anyways.